Hello, I'm Otto, and welcome to episode 10 of my Factorio quality playthrough. So in the last episode, we set up some limitations for our gears, which is going to be extremely helpful later. And we set up this over here with oil refineries, pumps, and chemical plants. I've also added in some storage. We're going to need some storage when we start. Well, I mean, we need somewhere for some of the stuff to go that is clogging up our inventory. I have filtered through some of it. Anyways, that aside, so in this episode, we are going to be making a little something that so I did this on stream, and it didn't turn out that great. That's okay. We're going to make it a little bit better. So we need some substations. We need some medium electric power poles and some big electric power poles. So for this, we also need copper cables. This will be shared between the two. I think this might, we're gonna have to shift this over a bit. So this is kind of the goal for this episode. And we're only making 3 qualities of these. The reason why is because we are eventually going to tear this down. Maybe, I mean, we'll see. I don't really know 100% sure yet. There are some things like the goal is we're gonna make what we can here for now, and then as we make our way to Volcanus, we are going to shift and have like a lot of production that we don't have here, we're gonna have over there. So, you know, we're gonna play this out, right? We're gonna have quality wherever we can, and just yeah, we're gonna go from there. So we need somewhere to store these. It is gonna look something like this. Let's give this some power just to kind of get rid of the blinking. So when we put quality in these, I think we did this, we discussed this a little bit over here. Yeah. So when we put quality modules in these, we want to be able to collect anything that might upcycle from here as an example. If this turns into rare, we want it to end up here. And if either of these turn into, uncommon, and if either of these turn into rare, we want it to come down here. So that is going to be how we're going to be limiting this. This is going to shift anything that is greater than uncommon quality. And this is going to shift anything that is greater than rare quality, or greater than common quality and greater than uncommon quality. There, got it out. So these also need to be limited. We have regular substations here, we have uncommon substations, and we have rare substations. So that is going to be how that looks. This is going to be largely going forward. This is how we're going to do things. So we also need a few other things. So let's just take a look at what we do need. This. So we need advanced circuits. This is the only thing that needs advanced circuits. So since that's the only thing that we need here, this is just going to be advanced circuits. So this is going to come in here, like that. We didn't limit this either. These need to be circuit limited. I'm going to enable if substations are less than 50, and I'm going to copy this and paste it across the board. That way we can just click on this and change the quality, and then that is good to go. Double check. 50, these are limited to that, and that is good to go. So you will end up with more occasionally. So what I mean by that is this is limiting to 50. So when this one will disable when this gets to 50. However, if this one is continuing to make things and it upcycles to uncommon quality, those will transfer and be it's just allowed to go in, and that's fine. So this is red circuits. This is going to be, I think, steel. So that is the other component that we need for this. This might have to move to, no, this is going to be fine. No. We're gonna back this up a little bit. So steel is going to come through here, and it's going to hop over our underground, or our red belts. Wow. Red inserters. And that will be allowed to come in here. And that is it for that. So steel will continue on, and this is going to be copper. And we're also going to need iron because we need something. We need iron for iron sticks. Yeah, this is not where this is all going to go. We're just going to line this up. So iron sticks will be shared between the big electric power poles and the medium electric power poles. And then we're also going to need some more copper cables. And if you watched my live stream, if you saw me do this live, you will know this is very different than the way that than what we ended up with. We had this spread out over this entire thing. And as a result of that and doing this a little different, I think we're going to try to squeeze some extra things in here. So eventually my live stream and my recorded videos will kind of converge at some point, and the recorded video will be the one that moves forward. I'll probably change it up like on a weekly basis. Like on a weekly basis, I'll kind of catch up with the recorded videos, and then it will take over the stream. At least that's the goal. In practice, it's probably not going to work out like that. It is what it is. Worst case scenario, then I have 2 separate plays going. Not a big deal. Anyways, moving along. So we need some copper cables. So for the copper cables, this is going to be steel. So for the copper cables, we need copper plates. That's going to come in through here. And then we're going to use a long hand inserter to jump this. Whoops. And then we can just get this in from here. Oh, someone mentioned in my comments in the last video, I completely forgot to hook this up here. So I will update that on my blueprints on my Discord. If you want the blueprints for these, please join my Discord. I post them freely. Against my wife's wishes. Anyways, moving along. So we're going to back this up a little bit. Now, we want to be careful because if you look over here, you can kind of see, like, we have the full belt of steel coming in, and then this gets split 50-50. So half of this goes on to the belt that we're using, and half of it continues on. This was a bad example. Here's a little bit better of an example. So I'm going to output priority this to the left so that a full belt is coming in. So this is, yes, this one is split multiple times. So we have a full belt coming in, and whenever it finally arrives, you will kind of see what's going on. Half of this is moving on, and half of this is continuing down the belt. So this is half of a belt coming in, and then half of that gets split. So 25% of a full belt is going this way, and 25% of a full belt is going in here. That is kind of a problem, not really that big of a deal. Like, I've been playing with ways to kind of fiddle with this, and I might showcase that in a future video. We will see. But for now, it's just going to have to be acceptable. We're going to end up with, let's say, a full belt or less later, like whenever this converges anyway. So it'll just kind of play, it'll kind of work itself out, let's say. So this needs, I don't know if this is the full end, like the last placement. Maybe I can probably condense this down a little bit. So we need steel, which I'm going to do separately. So this is our steel line here. Oops. So steel will continue on. This will get steel, steel, steel. That is here. This is going to be the uncommon quality of medium electric power poles. I know you love hearing me say that over and over. That's, it is what it is with the quality. Okay, so that is now good. This is complete. This is getting these items into here. We have storage for this one. We need storage for this as well. So I'm going to copy all of this, and I'm going to paste it. I'm going to force paste it. Let's just go here for now. We want to make sure that we have room for this. And same with this. So I'm going to have 2 separate locations for these, and the reason why is because they're going to be filtered independently. So this one is going to be medium electric power poles. This one is going to be big electric power poles. I like to copy and paste because then all you have to do is change the quality. You don't have to hunt for the item again. So that is big electric power poles, we need uncommon, and we need rare. Okay. These are going in via long-hand inserter. Missed it. I'm going to peel these back some. 1, 2, 3. Like that. This is probably going to have to move back too. That is pretty deep into the RoboPort grid. Anyways, we are going to circuit limit these. I apologize for the blinking lights. I know it's distracting. It kind of is what it is. The longer you play, the more you kind of learn to ignore it. Like, I could do this all day without having, 1, anything on the belts, and 2, all these blinking lights. We're going to enable if medium electric power poles is less than 50. I'm also going to copy and paste this onto the other ones. For the same reason, I can just go through and change the quality here. Don't have to hunt for the item again. 1 stack of each of those is perfectly fine. This is going to be big electric power poles. Copy, paste, paste, and change that to uncommon. Okay, so now we just need to make sure that we get all of the items in. So this section was fine. So we still need, this was steel. So we actually need, this is copper. Oh, I missed out on the sticks. All right, we're going to cut all of this. That is not going to stay like that. Apologies. Okay, so we need sticks. I'm still going to copy this because we are going to have to put this in somewhere. So that's probably going to have to be here. That is not going to work. Is that going to work? This might work. So this needs to be shifted. And this goes here. That is fine. I could also technically... No, I can't. Sticks are going to have to be down here. Okay. We are... Quality's not the easiest thing to deal with. For those of you that watch my live stream, you know that for sure. Like, yeah. But we're having fun, right? Okay, so for this we need iron plates coming in. Why is this facing this way? This is that was our previous storage. Yeah, we'll just reverse those. I'm gonna shift them over actually to kind of mirror a little bit what we've done on the other side. So this is going input, input, input. These need to be quality. Okay, now let's take a look at these and see how this is gonna work. We also still need to limit these. I love this game. There's so much to think about. Okay. So let's take a look at this again. So we have, this one was fine. This is copper plates coming in, going into the copper cables. And we're going to hook all this up before we, we're done with this. So the copper cables are going here. The copper cables are also going here. That is good. These need quality modules. These are not permanent. These are not going to be, this is all going to be moved down. Temporary placement. So for this, we have cable coming in. We have, this is steel. Steel's coming in. Then we need the sticks. The sticks are going up from here. And these are going to receive their iron from here, it seems. This is the only instance where we will need the iron plates here, so it is fine if it just goes in without a splitter. That should be fine. And so this is the iron. Okay, so that's good. And we wouldn't be able to shift this up. We can't, wait, can we? We can. I'm going to shift this up by 1. Nope, we cannot. Sorry, I take that back. The longhand inserters feeding into need to have a gap. Okay, it is what it is. All right, so the sticks are now also going to come across here. We could shift them here to give ourselves enough room. I think this might be how we end up playing this out. So then this can go down to at least there. We're going to copy this, because that is going to have to be down here. So we are going to have to get all of the rest of the materials in here, and that includes copper cable. Okay, let's cut this and move it back. This is going to be a struggle, I'm not going to lie. This has to be here. All right, so let's see if we can get this set up. Okay, so this still needs steel. Steel can come this way. Steel is going to come in from this line, so this is fine. We have an output over here, so this still needs copper plates. It is okay if the copper plates come in from over here. And sticks are covered. I think we're good. We need copper cable. Nailed it. Okay, so that is going to be the things that use electricity or electricity motors. Okay. And I believe that is it. This is going to work. And we need to change this. So that is big electric power poles. This is big electric power poles. And then we're going to circuit one of these as well. Whoops. Less than... I typically do 100, but let's just do 50 for now. That'll be fine. Okay, I believe I am happy with that. So we are not going to turn this on yet. There are a few other things that I would like to have come in here, but I'm going to end the episode early. I want it to be a little bit smaller, so I want to plan out a few things for the other half of this. There are a couple things that I might want to try to get in here. I haven't fully decided yet, but let's say that we want to bring in some space platforms, and if we have space platforms, then we want to have some space platform starter packs, which means that we are probably going to need to get in some blue circuits in here as well. So I'm just going to lightly set this up, and then when we come back in the next episode, we are going to complete more of this. The next one will be a little bit longer, I think. We're also going to try to set up some stuff over here. Obviously, I'm going to have some pipes and things to move out of the way, but we have a whole section that we're going to dedicate to inserters. So you can look forward to that in the next episode. We're going to have an inserter build over here. This one is, let's at least try to turn this on. So that is going to be as easy as bringing all this in. We need steel. And it's going to look like that. We need some power. some messy power. Let's just do that. It'll work? Okay. It looks like everything is functioning. Let's just double check over here. What is this? Steel. So this is the quality problem in action. Obviously we don't want things to be backed up, but anyways, that is going to be it for me for this episode. In the next episode, like I said, we're going to continue on with some of this, and it'll be a bit longer because I will have a little bit more time on my hands. I apologize. And we're going to have some inserters over here. Okay, that is it for me. I'll see you in the next episode, and thanks for watching.